The hive on Mars was gone. Earth's predators had won again. But the war wasn't over. The galaxy was now awake. And the real enemy had just arrived. As Fang 1 flew back toward Earth, a new signal appeared on Blaze's scanner. It was massive. Moving fast, Blaze frowned. It's not coming from Mars. It's coming from behind Jupiter. Ghost leaned forward. Show me. The screen lit up. A giant alien ship was moving toward Earth. It was the size of a small moon. Blaze's voice dropped. That's not a hive. That's a war command ship. Shade looked pale. We killed their nest. Now the queen is coming. Ghost stood. His voice was cold. Then we go to her. First, Fang 1 changed course. The team didn't. Go home. They flew straight toward the alien warship into Jupiter's orbit. This ship had no name. Surface was black and smooth like glass. No windows. No lights. But it was alive. It had come to finish what the hive started. The predators knew this was the final battle. No escape. No backup. No time. Just one goal. Kill the command brain, or Earth dies. They suited up in heavy gear, battle armor, energy blades, shock rifles. Blaze carried virus bombs built from alien tech. Ghost looked at his team, just for now. H1 had scars. Each one had lost something. But none of them were afraid. They entered the warship through a hidden vent near the engine bay. The ship was darker than the Mars hive, quieter, more dangerous inside. The walls shimmered with light. Strange shadows moved in the corners. This wasn't just a ship, it was a living weapon. Then they heard the voice not in their ears, not in their comms, in their minds. You came to kill, like always. Ghost replied aloud, you started this. Taking our children? The voice was deep, ancient, because they are not yours anymore. They are becoming something else. You call it evolution. We call it extinction. Suddenly, the halls filled with monstrous creatures made from pieces of other species, claws from one world, eyes from another. Human arms twisted into weapons. They weren't soldiers. They were experiments. The predators fought hard. Blaze activated the shock mines, stunning 5 creatures at once. Shade disappeared into the smoke, reappearing behind enemies, blades flashing. Ghost moved through the chaos like a storm-fast, brutal, fearless. Then Blaze was thrown against a wall. His helmet cracked. He looked up bleeding and saw the central brain. It wasn't a person. It was a giant structure, half machine, half mind. Floating inside a glass tank, connected by glowing wires to every part of the ship, the command brain of the entire alien race. This was the one that ordered the kidnappings. It's the one that saw humans as a virus. Ghost reached it first. The voice whispered inside his head, you cannot stop what we have begun. Earth will fall. Your children are weapons. You don't understand? Ghost placed a bomb on the tank. We're not weapons, he said. We're the end of yours. The team retreated as the ship screamed. The brain shook. Sparks flew. The walls cracked. Monsters cried in confusion, then silence. They ran back to Fang 1. Shade was limping. Blaze was coughing blood. They didn't stop. As they launched away, the alien ship behind them burst into flames. A shockwave rocked their ship. But they survived. From Jupiter's orbit, the command ship crumbled its pieces, falling into the gas giant's storm. Earth watched the sky. One by one, the alien ships above Earth stopped moving. They lost control. Lost orders. They fell, burned, crashed into oceans and deserts. The war was over. In Project Watchtower, leaders stood in silence. A message appeared on every secret screen. Command brain destroyed. Earth survives. Far above, inside Fang 1, the team floated in silence. They were tired, bleeding, broken, but Ghost looked at Earth through the window and said just 3 words, no mercy given. The war was over. Alien ships stopped falling. Skies were quiet. The stars silent again. But Earth would never forget what happened. and neither would the predators inside Fang 1. The team floated in orbit above Earth. Their bodies were bruised, armor cracked, weapons broken, but they were alive. Blaze leaned back in his seat, exhausted. "We just stopped a galaxy-wide program," Shade smirked, wiping blood from her chin. "Not bad for a bunch of Earth animals." Ghost didn't smile. He was staring out the window. Watching Earth spin peacefully below, he finally spoke. "They thought we were weak. They thought stealing our kids was easy. They thought wrong." On Earth, Project Watchtower quietly deactivated. Their mission was complete. The world still didn't know about the war. People just believed it was strange storms, falling stars. Weird news. Only a few knew the truth. Only a few had seen the monsters. The rescued children were returned home. Slowly, quietly, governments created fake stories to explain the disappearances. But some children remembered, and some were different now. Smarter, faster, stronger, changed one of them. A boy named Kieran stood alone on a rooftop in New York. He looked at the stars every night. Waiting, he remembered what the aliens said. "You are becoming something else." And he believed it, in a hidden mountain base. Ghost stood before a new team, not just soldiers, scientists, engineers, children from the rescue missions, now grown. He opened a black case. Inside was alien tech from the Hive, weapons, DNA tools, maps of other worlds. "We're not waiting anymore," Ghost said. "We're not hiding. We're not prey. We're going to find out who else was part of this, and we're going to make sure they never come near Earth again." Blaze walked in with a metal briefcase. Inside, a beacon, one built from alien parts. He set it on a steel table, pressed a button. It glowed red. A signal shot into deep space. A message: "Earth is not prey. We remember everything." Across the galaxy, other species saw the signal. Some were afraid. Some were angry. Some were curious. But all of them got the same warning. Humans had changed. Earth had woken up, and Earth had predators. Final shot. The camera pans away from Earth. Dozens of lights flicker in the dark Earth-built ships, heading toward the stars. Not for war, for watching, for protecting. Because now, humans were the hunters, and they never forgot. It started with one child. In a quiet town in Canada, 7-year-old Lily went to bed after saying goodnight to her parents. Her window was locked. Her door was closed. Her dog slept beside her bed. But by morning, Lily was gone. There was no broken window. No sound in the night. No footprints outside. Only her dog barked at the ceiling all night, shaking in fear. The police found nothing. No signs of kidnapping. No human could have done it. Her parents were heartbroken. The case was closed as a mystery. But then it happened again. In India, a boy disappeared while playing in his backyard. His sister said she saw a shadow in the sky like a long, thin hand reaching down. In Brazil, a school bus stopped at a red light. One child was missing when the bus arrived at school, even though the door never opened. It wasn't just one country. It wasn't just one city. Children were vanishing all over the world, slowly, quietly, one by one. And nobody knew why. At the United Nations, secret meetings began. World leaders were confused and afraid. A special task force was created called Project Watchtower. Their mission: find out who or what was taking the children. They studied every case, every video, every piece of evidence. What they found made no sense. In 17 cases, cameras were active, but the footage cut out exactly at the moment the child disappeared, as if something jammed the signal. In 9 other cases, sound was captured. Strange hums, low whispers, and one deep growl that made even soldiers feel cold. Then they found the first clue. A family in Alaska had set up a motion camera outside their cabin after their son complained about the lights in the sky. One night, the boy screamed. The father ran outside, but the boy was gone. The camera footage was fuzzy and dark. But one frame just once showed something. A tall, thin figure, not human, black eyes, long arms, standing behind the boy. Then the video glitched and the boy vanished. The image was leaked online. People said it was fake. But Project Watchtower knew the truth. Earth was being hunted in the city of Dallas. USA 10-year-old Marcus walked home from school. It was a sunny afternoon. He took the same path every day, through the park near his house. But this time he didn't make it. His mother searched for him. Police dogs followed his scent, but it ended at an open field. No tracks, no clues. It was like he had been lifted straight into the sky. That night, Marcus's mother sat in his room, crying. She looked out the window. Then she saw it. A floating shape. Like a triangle, black against the stars. It didn't make a sound. It moved slowly, like a shark in water. Underneath it, a red light blinked, then vanished. The next morning, she called the police. They thought she was just scared, maybe dreaming. But the mother knew what she saw. Something was above them, watching. 3 weeks later, something changed. In a small village in Africa, a child named Amari escaped. She had been taken at night.
Ash.
She remembered a bright light, and then she was inside. A cold metal room. Other children were there crying, scared, whispering in different languages. Strange creatures walked through the halls, tall, smooth-skinned, with long fingers and glowing eyes. They didn't speak. They didn't smile. They just looked at the children like they were animals. One day, during a power cut, the cages unlocked. Amari ran. She escaped into the jungle and was found by villagers the next day. When Project Watchtower agents reached her, she was shaking, dirty, thin, but alive. They asked her who took her. She said, "Not people, not from Earth." She drew a picture of them. Long heads, black eyes, no mouth. One agent asked her, what did they want? Amari looked at him, her voice low. They said, "We are changing, becoming dangerous. They want to stop us before we grow up." Now, the truth was, Clear.Earth was not alone. Something out there feared human children, something powerful. And it had started taking them before they could grow into whatever the aliens were afraid of, but the abductors made a mistake. They thought humans were weak. They thought Earth would not notice. They were wrong, because Earth was watching now, and Earth was planning to strike back. In the cold winds of Antarctica, a strange object fell from the sky. It came down like a silent shadow, crashing into the ice with no fire, no smoke. A research team saw at first a huge black triangle, half buried in snow. It didn't look like any plane on Earth within hours. Project Watchtower arrived. They wore thick white suits to blend into the snow. Drones flew above. The team moved carefully. No one knew if the ship was still alive, or if something was. Waiting inside, the entrance was a round, smooth door. No keyhole, no handle. But when one agent touched it, slid open with a soft hum. Inside was dark, cold, silent, and then they found the cages. Rows of black metal cages lined the walls. Some were open, some were locked. In the corner, they found human clothes. Shirts, tiny shoes, broken toys. There was no blood, no signs of struggle, just the echo of a child's fear. On the walls were strange symbols, moving shapes that looked like they were alive. A language, maybe, or a warning. Then they found something worse. A tube filled with green liquid. Inside it floated a child, live but asleep. The child was taken out and rushed to the medical center. He was breathing. His eyes opened slowly. His name was Jonah, age 9. Jonah was scared and weak, but he remembered. "They put us in cages," he said. "The tall ones never talked. They only stared. One of them touched my head and I saw things." "What things?" the agents asked. "A big ship, full of kids, in space. They take us far away." "Why?" someone asked. Jonah looked at the ground. "They're scared of us." The agents didn't understand. Jonah continued. They said, "Humans are dangerous. Not now, but later, when we grow up. When we learn what we really are." Then he whispered, "They take us before that happens." the Watchtower team sent the crashed ship back to a secret lab. Scientists studied it, but the tech was too advanced, didn't run on fuel or wires. It moved like it was alive, but they found a map. It showed hundreds of tiny dots orbiting. Earth each was a small ship just like the one that crashed. The aliens had been doing this for years. Silently, patiently, taking children in the night and. No one noticed until now. Project Watchtower made a decision. They couldn't trust regular armies. Couldn't involve the media? This needed shadows. This needed people who could hunt the hunters. They created a secret strike force. People who were the best at surviving, tracking, and killing. Soldiers with no names. Hunters from the wildest parts of Earth, ex-assassins, poachers, spies, they called them. Earth's predators. Their mission, find the ships, kill the abductors, bring back the children. No mercy, no rules. Because now, Earth was at war, in a secret base deep underground. The team trained. Every day was a battle. Every test was brutal. One of them, codenamed Ghost, was a former Navy SEAL who once survived a week in the jungle with no weapons. Another, called Viper, used to hunt man-eating lions in Africa. The youngest, Blaze, was only 19 but could hack any alien tech faster than Earth's top scientists. These were not heroes. They were predators, and they were angry. The team's first mission came quickly. One of the orbiting ships went offline. Maybe damaged, maybe lost, but it was close to Earth's orbit. They could reach it. The ship was dark, floating silently over the Indian Ocean. The team launched in stealth pods. No noise, no light. They boarded the alien ship and moved like shadows inside. They saw what Jonah had described. Cages. Hundreds of them. Some empty, some full. Children alive. Then came the enemy. Tall, gray-skinned aliens with glowing eyes. Their arms were long, ending in claws. They moved without sound. The battle was fast. Brutal. Ghost used a silent rifle to take two down. Viper stabbed one with a poisoned blade. Blaze unlocked the cages using a device he built from alien parts. Children ran into the arms of their rescuers, crying, scared, but alive. One of them asked, "Are you here to save us?" Ghost answered, "No, we're here to send a message." He planted a bomb. As the team escaped with the children, alien ship exploded in Earth's sky like a silent firework. Project Watchtower received the message. Mission complete. Children rescued. Ship destroyed. But something else happened. All around Earth, alien ships began to move. The abductors had noticed. Earth was no longer silent. Earth was fighting back. The alien ship burned in the sky. People saw the flash over the Indian Ocean. Some thought it was a falling star. Some thought it was a missile, but the truth was hidden underground. In a secret base known only to a few, inside Project Watchtower's command center, alarms were ringing. Red lights flashed across every screen. A message came from deep space. The abductors knew, and they were sending something back. The aliens had watched Earth for a long time. They believed humans were wild, chaotic, and easy to control. But the destruction of their black cage ship changed everything. They realized Earth had its own hunters now. These hunters were dangerous, so they sent their own answer. They called them Trackers, elite alien killers. Fast, smart, cold, trained to eliminate any threat to the abductor program. These trackers were not coming to take children. They were coming to kill Earth's predators. The first attack came in the Amazon jungle. One of Earth's predators, codenamed Falcon, was tracking a hidden alien beacon. He moved quietly through the trees, his face painted with mud, his rifle ready. But he wasn't alone. A tracker had followed him. It moved through the trees like smoke tall. With armor that changed color to blend into the jungle, its eyes glowed blue. Its claws were made of energy. Falcon turned. Too late. The jungle echoed with a short scream. Then silence. Project Watchtower lost his signal. Back at the base, the remaining predators watched the footage from Falcon's helmet. They saw the tracker. They saw how it moved, how it killed. Ghost stood up. "They're hunting us," he said. Blaze clenched his fists. "Good, let's hunt them back." The war had changed. This was no longer about saving kids. Now it was predator versus predator in the cities of Earth. The battles began. Trackers came in secret ships, landing in places no one would notice: deep forests, stormy oceans, war zones. They moved at night. They avoided cameras. They struck hard and fast. In Tokyo, 2 predators were ambushed in an alley. One was killed, the other barely escaped. In Russia, an entire watchtower safe house was destroyed in 1 hour. No survivors. The aliens were serious, but so was. Project Watchtower gave the green light. Full offensive. No more hiding. Earth's predators launched a worldwide hunt for alien landing zones. They used sound scanners to track cloaked ships, hacked satellites to watch every inch of the sky. They moved like ghosts, silent, deadly, and angry. For every predator that fell, 3 trackers died. The war was no longer one-sided. In Kenya, Viper led an ambush near Mount Kilimanjaro. His team lured 3 trackers into a canyon, used fire, traps, and old hunting tricks. 1 tracker was burned. The second was buried under rocks. The last one tried to flee, but Ghost shot it in the back. They searched the alien's body and found something new. A strange device, communicator. When Blaze hacked it, saw a map. It showed a large ship bigger than anything Earth had seen, orbiting near to Jupiter. That's where the children were being taken. That was the hive. Ghost looked at the map. His eyes were cold. Now we know where to hit them. But it's too far, said Blaze. We don't have the tech to reach Jupiter.
Not yet.
Ghost turned to Project Watchtower's director. Then give us what we need, he said. Earth loses its future. In the final moments of the mission briefing, one child from the last rescue walked into the room. She looked up at Ghost and asked, "Are you going to stop them?" Ghost knelt beside her and said, "We're not stopping them. We're ending them." The black ship near Jupiter was their target. They called it the Hive. It was massive, 20 times bigger than any human space station, covered in armor, floating in deep space, invisible to Earth's normal satellites. But now, Earth had seen it, and Earth was coming. Inside Project Watchtower's underground base, predators gathered. Ghost stood in front of a large screen showing the hives. Location: this is not a rescue mission, he said. This is a hunt. We go in quiet. We take what's ours. We leave nothing behind. Blaze nodded. We've upgraded the ship. Alien tech mixed with human systems. It's fast, silent, and ready for deep space. They named their ship Fang 1. It would be Earth's first predator ship. The team trained for weeks. They learned how to move in zero gravity, how to fight in silence, how to disable alien machines. They were joined by a new member, Shade, an expert in infiltration. She once snuck into a hostile alien nest in Siberia and walked out with enemy tech. Now, she was part of the hunt. Before launch, each predator was given one final message: do not expect backup. This mission does not exist. Fang 1 launched from a secret base in the Sahara Desert. No lights, no noise. Just a dark flash in the sky. They traveled faster than anything Earth had ever built. Blaze's hacked alien engines carried them through space like a bullet through water. It took only 6 hours to reach the hive. The hive looked like a dead moon, no windows, no signs of life. But when they got closer, they heard it. A deep hum, like a heartbeat. Ghost whispered, "It's alive." Fang 1 attached to the side of the hive with a magnetic lock. The door opened slowly. The team floated out, silent, focused. Inside the hive, the air was thick and dark. The walls were alive, moving slowly, like breathing skin. Lights glowed and blinked in strange colors. Blaze checked his scanner. Hundreds of life signs, mostly children.
Oh.
Spread across multiple levels, Ghost gave the order, "We split. Rescue first. Then we burn this place down." Viper and Shade moved fast through the lower decks. They found rows of cages, cold metal, holding scared faces. Children looked up, their eyes wide. "You're real?" one whispered. Viper smiled. "You're going home." He opened the cages and handed out oxygen masks. Shade covered the hallways. With small timed charges in another section, Ghost and Blaze reached the control room. Alien guards attacked tall creatures with metal arms and glowing blades, but Earth's predators were faster. Blaze overloaded the lights. Ghost used the shadows to strike. One by one, the aliens fell. Then the alarms started. The hive was awake now. Massive doors slammed shut. Walls shifted to trap intruders. But the team was ready. They fought through waves of alien defenders creatures. Twisted by experiments, half machine, half-beast. Ghost saw one child being carried away. He threw his blade, striking the alien in the throat. He caught the child midair. "You're safe," he whispered in the heart of the hive. Blaze found something horrifying. A lab inside were tanks filled with strange fluid. Human children floated. Inside live, but frozen. Alien scientists watched as machines scanned their brains. One screen showed strange words, human threat level rising. "Eliminate early," Blaze shouted into the comms. "They're not just studying us, they're trying to erase us." The team regrouped near the extraction point. 50 children had been saved. The rest would need more missions. But they didn't. "Plan to return," Shade gave the signal. "All charges ready." Ghost looked at the hive one last time, lighted up. The hive exploded in stages, first the labs, then the cages. Then the engine core. Fang 1 flew away as the hive cracked apart, sending debris across Jupiter's orbit. In space, no one heard the blast, but on Earth, every screen inside Project Watchtower lit up. Mission complete. Message sent. Far across the galaxy, other alien species watched the destruction. For the first time, they saw Earth not as prey, but as a problem. The hive was gone. The explosion near Jupiter lit up space like a second sun. The children were safe. The mission was complete. But this victory came with a price. The galaxy was watching now, and the abductors were angry. Back on Earth, Project Watchtower celebrated quietly. News could not be made public. The world wasn't ready to know that humans had just started a war in space. The rescued children were hidden in safe locations. Doctors checked their health. Psychologists helped with their fear. But the children knew the truth, and some had started to remember what the aliens told them. "They said we were dangerous," one boy whispered. "They said we were changing." Inside the Watchtower base, Ghost stood before his team. "We hit them hard," he said. "But this isn't over." Blaze tapped on his wrist screen. "We picked up a transmission. The aliens are not retreating." He looked at the team with concern. "They're coming to Earth." The enemy had sent a warning. A fleet of alien ships was now heading toward Earth, faster than anything human. Technology could stop not to take children to destroy the predators. They saw the team as a threat. The predator force had embarrassed them, killed their best soldiers, blew up their hive. Now the aliens wanted revenge. It started with the sky. People in Australia saw glowing shapes flying above the clouds, silent, silver, moving like shadows. In Africa, radio signals were jammed for hours. Planes vanished from radar. Then came the first real strike. A Watchtower base in Norway was hit by an alien missile. Everything underground was destroyed. No warning. No survivors. Viper stood over the smoking ruins, jaw clenched. "They're not playing games anymore." Earth's predators went underground. They changed locations, switched signals, disappeared from the maps. But the aliens had learned too. They had sent their own kill squad's elite hunters like the trackers. Only smarter, stronger. They didn't just search, they hunted. In Mexico City, Blaze was almost captured during a tech mission. 2 alien assassins disguised themselves as humans' perfect copies. Blaze barely escaped. Using a trick with light bending, tech he stole from the hive. "Now they're using our tricks," he said, shaking. Shade replied, "Then we just get smarter." Project Watchtower gave full control to the predators. No rules. No orders, just one mission. Protect Earth. Hunt the hunters. Ghost led his team into action. They attacked alien camps on every continent. In Greenland, they destroyed a hidden alien tunnel network. In India, they stopped a cloaked ship before it could release a gas that would target human DNA. In Egypt, they found a deep underground prison used to store human kids who had never been reported missing. They freed over 200. Each victory was brutal. Each loss was personal. One night, during a rescue mission in a war-torn zone in Eastern Europe, Viper was hit. An alien blade cut through his armor. He kept fighting, dragging a child with one arm, firing. With the other, ghosts found him bleeding on a rooftop. Viper handed over the child and smiled weakly. Tell them, Earth still bites. He died with a smile. His death shook the team. Viper had been one of the first, one of the best. Now they knew. This war would take everything. No one was safe, not even Earth's strongest. But then something changed. A signal came from deep space. A voice alien, cold and filled with power. We warned you, but you did not listen. Ghost stared at the message. The voice continued. You are not prey anymore. You are a problem. We are coming not to take, to erase. The final invasion had begun. The war was no longer secret. It would not be quiet. It would not be clean. This would be survival, and Earth's predators were ready. Earth was no longer safe. Alien ships appeared across the sky. Some hovered over oceans. Some stayed hidden in the clouds. But all of them had one goal: wipe out Earth's predators. No more child abductions. No more secret missions. This was full invasion. Project Watchtower went silent. Communications jammed. Satellites blinded. Earth's leaders didn't know what was happening. Only the predators understood the truth. Ghost gathered his team in a hidden underground hangar. He pointed to a flickering hologram of a strange shape in deep space. This is not the first hive, he said. It was just one nest, Blaze added. I've been decoding the alien language. I found something. He zoomed in on the screen. There's a central hive, bigger than all the others. A mothership. It sends orders to the rest. And it's deep underground. The team leaned in. Under Mars. Shade frowned. You mean it's inside the planet? Yes, Blaze replied. They built it inside Mars centuries ago, before humans even had planes. Ghost said nothing for a moment, then spoke coldly. Then we go there. We kill what's inside. We end this war. Earth's last hope was Fang 1, rebuilt with more alien tech and stealth armor. They had one chance. One shot to sneak through space, land on Mars, and destroy the central hive from the inside. No one else could do it. Only the predators. The ship launched at night, no lights, no sound. As it left Earth's orbit, the crew looked back at their home. Fires were burning. The skies were red. Alien ships swarmed like wasps. Shade whispered, if we don't come back, Earth won't survive. Ghost replied, then we come back. Mars was silent. No cities, no wind. No sound, but deep beneath its red surface, the hive waited Fang. One landed near a rocky cliff. Blaze used hacked alien codes to open a hidden door in the ground. It slid open, hissing like a snake. Inside was dark, hot, and breathing. The walls moved like muscle. The floor pulsed like a heartbeat. Ghost looked at the others. Keep moving. This hive isn't just alive. It's watching us. As they went deeper, the tunnels changed. Cages hung from the ceilings. Inside were frozen bodies. Not just humans, but other species. Blaze whispered, they've been taking children from many worlds. Shade added, but why? What are they doing? Then they found the lab. Huge machines surrounded a glowing chamber. Inside floated a strange figure. PARTE machine. Covered in wires. It opened its eyes. It opened its eyes. It spoke without a mouth. You are not ready? The voice echoed in their heads. Humans are changing, becoming something we cannot control. Ghost raised his weapon. You've stolen children, tortured them. What are you so afraid of? The voice replied. Fear is logic. You're predators with no limits. If we let your kind evolve, we'll become gods of war. Blaze shouted, "That's why you take the kids. Stop the future." "Yes," the voice said. "And now we erase what has begun." The chamber exploded in flashing lights. Guards poured in massive alien beasts with sharp arms and energy. Shields. The battle was chaos. Blaze used EMP bombs. Shade moved through shadows, striking fast. Ghost led the charge, his armor glowing red from burns. They fought like true predators, silent, deadly unstoppable. One by one, the guards fell. Blaze reached the core. It pulsed with alien energy. "I can overload it," he said, fingers flying across his console. "But if I do this, we only have 5 minutes to escape." Ghost nodded. "Do it." The core screamed as it began to melt. The hive shook around them. Walls cracked. Smoke poured from the ceiling as they ran. Alien machines tried to block their path. Shade was hit in the leg, but she kept going, dragging herself forward. Fang One waited at the surface. They jumped in just as the mountain behind them collapsed. From space, they watched the red planet rumble. Then a light burst from under the ground. The hive was gone. Inside the ship, no one spoke. They were bruised, burned, bleeding, but alive. Blaze whispered, "We did it. The hive is dead." Ghost looked out the window toward Earth, not just dead. He said, "They'll know now. Earth is not a hunting ground. It's a battlefield."